so many reasons why people move from the UK to the US to Australia, even from Nigeria to means they want to travel abroad. And I think the number one reason, if everybody will agree with me, is because of financial implication. Everybody in this life wants something better. For most of the time, financial reason is the main reason why people even move from Nigeria to the UK or to anywhere in the first place. So let's delve into the finances. Number one, how is, before I ask about money now, houses in the okay, no, let me ask about money first, because you need to earn well before you're able to rent house, pay bills and everything. Now let us know, because I saw one TikTok video of a girl, a Kenya girl. She was like, you know all those TikTok videos, you first use music. Like when you now get to Australia and realize that the money in Australia and the UK are even the same, because you know obviously pounds is more than Australian dollars, and you now start regretting. Or that TikTok video was, I can't remember, but was something in that form that you now realize that it's the same. Hey, now that I have someone there giving us live and direct, is it true? Is the money, let us know now before we can make one kind of decision. Is the money that getting paid in Australia more than the UK? Please bear in mind that UK pounds is the oga at the top. Oh, Australian dollars is
That's
very
the
low.
top.
How is
That's
the
the top.
finance?
That your knees, you would have almost developed arthritis when you work the shift before you earn the money.
So you are telling us now. So tell us, how is the money compared to, you were a
Well,
band six in the UK?
I got my first salary. I was actually telling I think I've told two people that I'm not feeling this money. Oh. I know that I'm not being I say, but
Yeah, that's
I've
how
been
you start
convinced that the money is still better. Okay, so like I worked 36 hours uh week, that fortnight.
Yeah.
I worked two short shifts, afternoon and morning. Morning on Friday, afternoon on Saturday, or something like that. Then I work the remaining 30 hours as 46 hours. 46 hours. Okay. So I work the remaining 30 hours on night shift. My money was just above 2,000 Australian dollars. And I was telling my husband that this money is small.
Is it per month or per 2 weeks or per week? Or how do they
No,
pay you?
that's 2 weeks now.
2 weeks. They pay you every 2 weeks. Okay.
Mm. So I felt I felt the money is small. I felt the money is small, but then I don't know whether it is small or not, because I know they even calculate my money, even in the UK. So far, I'm able to bring out what I need, and I have extra that I can say, okay, this one remains after deducting this and deducting that. I don't ever see it as anything
So
to
you got 2,600. How much did you say? 2,300
no 2,000 plus.
Australian dollars
Be
for 2 weeks,
2,000, like 2,000 you said. For 5 shifts,
for
yeah,
5 shifts. And
Australian dollars.
was there a night shift there and a weekend shift?
So three night shifts of 10 hours each,
Okay.
and 2 day shifts of 8 hours each.
Of 8 hours each. So at least that
Mm.
night shift should have given you announcement. So I would assume the announcement was there, part of it.
Mm.
So for 2 weeks, 2,000, like say 2,200. So that means if you work the same shift in the next 2 weeks, it will be like 4,400 Australian dollars for your
Mm. And
shift.
I've not salary packaged anything into that. So all the taxes were still pulled. I've not salary packaged anything. You can salary package some things, and then
What's the meaning
they
of
will take
salary
those
package?
money off before you pay tax. I've not
So,
done that. So I was thinking, I was telling my husband that this money is small, but he said the money is not small. I tried to convert it to pound,
to the
and it will
pound.
be 1,000 plus. If I work night shift too in the UK, it will be like £200 per night now. The only thing here is like it's not so stressful as it was down there.
Mm,
So well, it depends on how people see it. If
mm.
I still earn less than that and I have what I have on ground, I will still pick Australia over the
Over
UK.
the UK.
And
Mm.
besides, my coming to Australia, where everybody is coming because of money whatsoever, I've always loved Australia as far back as
Yeah, you've always
2005.
told me
Or
that you've always told me that your
so even
dream
if they
country
are paying less than this,
was
but it won't be
Australia.
like that for someone who is coming because of the money, 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 money. I got a job that I could be earning like, was it 53 Australian dollars per hour or something, that we eventually did not pick before all the additions and all those things, because we just felt the tone of the manager of that hospital was rude. So if you are being a bit rude to me now that you haven't seen me, when I start working with you, what will you do? But
How
here
will
is where everybody is happy, majority, not everybody anyway. Happy
yeah,
to have you around and all that. Let's stay where we are loved for
yeah,
now
like,
and
because work
learn
is
the
very
old
important.
gimmicks.
That's the
And yeah,
yeah.
learn the old gimmicks before we now go and use the Niger spirit to face others that need to be faced later.
Okay.
That's if we decide to move. But
Yeah.
I think the money, with what I've seen, is not, the difference is not too wide.
Too wide.
The
Okay.
margin is not too wide.
Too wide.
Depending on what you are doing,
Ha.
what of shift you are doing,
Depend, yeah.
how you're able to do packaging and all this. They take all the there's no 2000 2000 something, which you pay now probably percentage tax on, they take
Uh,
tax on all your money.
that's
Mm.
the next question
Take
I want
tax,
to ask now. Yeah.
take tax off on all your money. So until you do salary packaging, salary sacrifice, you may not really be enjoying what you are.
Yeah. So what my husband is saying is that here, in the UK, they will say you work a particular hour, they take a particular percentage and this and that.
Yeah.
And when you've done some other, they increase to 20% or something.
Yeah.
Here, they don't do that. They take their tax from all the money that you've earned.
Yeah. So
Instead,
not like you work overtime, you pay more, like we do in the UK. Even in the US, you work overtime, you pay your taxes more. I think
here now,
the
with what is
standard for
happening,
all
if you
the
have not
appeal.
salary package, your tax will be heavy, right?
Yeah.
If you haven't put things into those things that they should help you to deduct before they take your salary, your tax will be heavy.
So what
But
do you
then
mean
at
by
the end of
salary
the
package?
day,
Like maybe they
you
are
can
removing
salary
money for car.
package your car. I think
Okay.
you can salary package even your accommodation.
Okay, they will be removing
So
it from your salary.
They will take that money
they
before
will they will take all those money, you will pay all those money off your money before they tax. So it's the
Okay, so
remaining money you have, they will now tax.
oh, that's good. That's like
So
that's
you will
like they are
gain a
helping
whole lot,
lot
yes.
from
You
tax.
can,
Oh, so
salary
they can
sacrifice.
do that.
yeah, and you can
Wow.
salary
Okay.
sacrifice too for some things.
If you want to, the salary sacrifice, it means you put some money in your
In
pension
your pension. Mhm.
Okay,
straight
that's
before
good.
you.
So
Okay.
if you salary sacrifice, some money, the money you want to be paid into your pension will be pooled for
Okay.
you before they put tax on the remaining money, which are
Ah,
the things
that's
we
good.
did not really so much enjoy in the UK. I know there are other
Yeah.
places we could do that. If you are able to pull all those things, you will have more at hand
Mhm.
after your fortnightly earning or
Oh,
monthly earning.
funny.
And another thing they did for us that could save money a bit was like where I came to, we were given family accommodation free for the first 3 months. It's
Yeah,
not
that's
going to
that's
be
another
for
thing I wanted to 3 month free. That if you see Mentor Shade's house, is like in fact, I don't want to abuse UK people. It will be somebody that is wealthy, not rich, that will stay in that kind of house. So, me, I saw it. Oh, me, I'm
we
giving
forget
you.
that I visited one of my guys last week. The house is like the house of a typical footballer or Niger politician or a UK footballer.
Eh? Another that
Hmm.
one too massive past your own because me, I saw Mentor.
Ah,
She gave me a tour of her house
I
on
bet kò
Tuesday.
sí everywhere.
Now
That house
that house,
was
so you are me
duplex
that
now.
house that you showed me. You are telling me that you are enjoying that house fully. I think it's fully furnished though because all the fine sofa and
Yeah,
dining.
yeah,
And
yeah.
everything. I think
Fully
you bought it.
furnished. Everything was there. The only thing I think we brought in was a chest freezer, Abi. They have their
Hey,
fridge freezer there. They have the dishwasher there, washing machine, tumble
everything.
dryer,
I saw it now.
everything
That
there.
house is
Yeah,
big though. It's big. Like
it's big.
if
So
I come in
we
there
have
with my
that
whole
free
family now, we'll see where to stay.
for 3 months. After the 3 months, then you pay 50%. I think till you are 12 months.
Wow.
And they gave us a car. That car,
Hey, he choke, he choke, he choke, he choke.
yeah, that car too should be just for 6 weeks, just for 6 weeks while they wait for us to get ours. and they are not deducting the money. Because they are deducting the money, we definitely see it in the payslip. No, they aren't deducting the money. And when we felt we won't be able to pull up our own car before 6 weeks expires, we just requested for extension, and they
So
granted us
tell me,
extension of.
what year of car? Is it all this
UK.
1985 car that we drive in the UK? You know,
Okay, so
that's what we can
my
afford.
UK.
So which one
No,
is it?
but
Those
this is not
Orobo,
my car anyway. But
those small
this
car.
is
Which one did they give you? Is it all those small car that we kuku manage and drive in our UK jejely because of fuel consumption and everything?
but
What kind of
people are living the life too in the UK. Now you don't know where people they get money, and you think
I
say
don't
people
know.
they economize like you. But
Ah,
actually, these people will make you taste what comfortable life is. As
hmm.
in, you are coming, they are making you taste what comfortable life is. It's for you now to decide you want to continue in that comfort. So the
Wow.
car they gave us to use was 2023 car,
Hey,
and
just last year. Last year.
Hyundai Santa Fe.
Uh-huh.
It's 7 seaters. It's a
Wow.
beautiful car. It's a very beautiful car. Very, very beautiful car. Very beautiful car. Eh,
Because I did driving. Ah, wait, which year of car did you drive in the UK? Let me tassel you small.
you cannot shame the shameless now. 2000 and
We drove
Let me
we
2005
shame
drove
you small.
2005.
and
Like,
2000.
We drove
hey, how many
2005
years
and
ago?
2012. But there are people in the UK that are driving the in cars, in day cars. Now you know Sabi where you made they get money, oh, why dot.
I
Now you
don't
know Sabi, oh.
I don't know. The one they were giving me, that one is not enough to buy that kind of car. Nah,
But I haven't
small
bought
level.
car is that now. Now
Yeah, but
there's this.
now that you have driven good car 2023 and you have been exposed to kind of higher kind of life, you think you will not go and buy 2012?
Aya, 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 Jesus, aya, aya,
You
aya,
not go
aya,
and buy
aya,
20,
Jesus, aya.
2012 car?
Lókè, 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 lókè,
Eh,
lókè, lókè, lókè,
let's
ni
move
ògo dúró
forward,
sókè ni
Jare,
kò
my
gbúdọ̀
mentor.
wálẹ̀ o.
Now you will buy that 2023 or 2024, even
There is
2023.
no way you will enjoy that kind of car and you want to go back to tashun, shun, shun, shun,
Man,
shun.
step back.
Of course, my UK's
Me
car were
now, I
not
can never
tashun, shun.
drive. Me now, I can never drive any car that is beyond the year that I am. Levels have changed.
50, Mama.
Moving
But
forward,
just bear
moving
in mind
forward.
that the car I have now is not my car anyway.
You will buy
But
your
they
own.
gave that to us. They made you taste it and you just make your decision. Do you want to maybe drop it a bit lower, the level, or do you just want to continue like that and you find? Yeah, it's not
Good.
bad, to be fair. To be fair, it's not bad.
And from what I can deduce, I can see that like kind of happiness, fulfillment. I don't know the English now, like kokon yon bale. Eh?
Hmm.
I can see it in you. Demure mind. Demure. Keep Ibadan. The more mind. Which is very important. Money is not everything. I say money is not everything. Like you said, I like that point that even if Australian money, because pounds is really more than you Australian dollar. I think that is what weighs. If Australian dollars was more too, obviously the money will be way more. But because pounds is very powerful, that is why it is like that. But now this advance because we have mentioned it because now I wanted to talk about cost of living, but I don't want us to drag this video more than it should be because you have already said apart obviously you were very truthful about the money, like it's almost the same thing. And I think it's because you are just starting. Because when I need to start in US, I was like, if I collect, I said, I these people are ripping me. And the fact that I was still even under contract was that even now that I just do one extra shift in maybe a week or whatever, I can still see much difference in my money. My 2 weeks now is way more than what I could collect in a month in the UK. But it started that way too. So I think by the time you get into it and maybe move to the city, or even if you stay where you are, you take up extra shift once in a while. But even that is not the main thing. The main thing is that you live in a very good house. There are some those things. Tax saving is very important. Those ones can at the end of the day, all those things when you calculate it, it will make the money more than what you will compare to the UK would. If they can do that, that's salaried, whatever you were explaining, will be very good. And about the cost of living too. Now, you said you'll be paying this. Now, let's assume that you are a year after you have finished the 3 months free, the 50% off.
And the
So how much
50%.
do you, I quickly want us to, before we end this video, let's talk about um housing price? How much do you think a house will cost? So that if we deduct that one from our salary, we'll still be saying, ah, can I still ball with this salary
So
remaining?
for my people who already got notification of payments, I know some houses that like 3 bedroom flats, 3 bedroom houses. I mean 3 bedroom, strong 3 bedroom,
I
as
know.
in that you see sitting room and you said you want to you don't break
I
and
know
you
what
see backyard and
I
you
know.
can plant whatever you want to plant and harvest whatever you planted at the end
Mm,
of the season, like less than $450 per week. We pay per week here.
you
So
can
if
see.
that is the case, it means that at the end of the month you possibly have like
Okay.
$1,800, right? Which would be like 900 plus in the UK. And in my UK, I was living in 2 bedroom house and I was paying 920 per
No, don't
month.
talk about that your own now. So it's because you have been there for a long time, or they can, because that kind of house in the UK in that same Bournemouth will worth more than that, Mentor Shade.
I know. It will
Yeah.
be like
So
1.2 or 1.4 or something
even
like that. Yeah.
1.5, I tell you, I've been to your house.
It's true
That
because
house,
you search for house at that time.
yeah, at that time, that your house, I tell you, I'm categorically that is 1.4 to 1.5. The house that me I see you
That
living.
my house, we got it cheaper because it was the military guys that they do
Yeah,
subsidize for
they
military guys.
subsidize for you. So that your house is 1,005. Let's make it put it at that. So now you are now paying one. I know because I rented that kind of similar kind of house in Portsmouth, and Portsmouth and Bournemouth. Even Bournemouth is way more expensive than Portsmouth. So if you are paying 1,800 per month, because although 450 per week, so 1,000, my people be here. I want you to understand that mass, because if you just dwell on say, hey, it's the same thing, Australia and UK money, it's the same thing. I want you to understand what you are saving, because this mentor Sade's house that I saw can never be 1,800. Can that would be 900 pounds, isn't it?
It can never be.
That would be 900 pounds in the UK. This kind of your 4 bedroom house, like house, new house with 4 bedroom, closet, garage, everything. Uh-uh.
That's it.
How can that one
Garden, yeah, big
garden
garden.
and everything? Even it has a, we call it a plateau. Yeah, it had a plateau. I saw the plateau. Plateau is like
Yes,
mini
that's it.
place that you can just drink coffee and everything, or gbalejo or whatever.
Yeah.
So that I saw everything. So you mean that kind of house, you will now rent it for 900 pounds in the UK? It's not possible. That kind of house in the UK will be like $3,500, pounds. I can tell you that
Mm,
will be like three thousand
very
five
well.
would be like, if it's in, like, let's say maybe
That's it.
Bournemouth, like our own Bournemouth and maybe Portsmouth or whatever. But if it's to say it's in the northern part, even the northern part, that house is massive. It is massive. It's for the rich and wealthy. You cannot get it less than 2,000 pounds. So let us understand the mass. So don't just say the price of Australia and the UK are the same. So that means your housing is way cheaper in Australia. That's the bottom line. That's the
I
point
believe
I'm trying
so.
to make.
They have
Your
land
housing is
now.
way cheaper in Australia.
It
If you
is.
are paying
I believe so.
1,800 for that kind of massive 4 bedroom house that I saw, is way cheaper. So, and then apart from that, if you remove 1,800 in 4,005 or 4,004, you still have way more, because most of the time in the UK, by the time you pay your house rent, your salary is gone. Then quickly, before we finish, I'm dragging this video for a long time. The bills that you pay, how much? Like, just, you have not started paying bills, obviously. But let's hear, what do you think? I'm sure you would have found out you have friends that have paid bills. So like electricity, gas, and water, those are the main three.
So
And the
all my
transport,
friends that I've met here have not started paying bills. Even
let's
the ones that are more than that are like 9 months already, they have not even started paying anything. These people have even been chasing people that, okay, come and give us bill, may we pay. They no answer them. It be like say. So at some
Australia.
point, my people were just tempted. Let's be putting this money. Let's be saving this money.
No,
Make
they are not
this
even chasing you for bills, my God Almighty.
no
Oh,
be say
okay.
this thing for come
Hey.
catch us unaware. So
But if
you understand.
if
But
you have done
then
research,
we've looked out for some things like you pay for gas. You don't pay for water, right? You
Wow.
don't pay for water, you pay for gas. Whoever will be tendering your accommodation, because now they are still tendering the accommodation for us every 2 or 3 weeks. Someone will just come, they will open door, they will clean the environment, they will cut the as in thing we no dey necessary to cut from my own side. I just had the machine 4 days ago and I was like, what are they cutting? I look, I no see anything that they cut. They sha dey cut.
Yeah, they do
Eh,
that too.
What's
Yeah,
that?
they cut our
mm,
backyard, they cut our front yard, and I'm wondering. I'm telling my husband that I didn't know this. Me, I was even telling my husband that we have to buy this cutting thing. But I see them. They come to my front door. They cut everything and everything, and we don't even pay council tax. So, but in the UK, you are supposed to pay cut your thing yourself. If you like, let it go.
we
So,
don't pay council tax
yeah,
here
yes,
too. You
we
don't
don't pay
you pay
council.
for your gas or you and I've seen that some people in big houses are using like just $100 gas for maybe in a month or
Wow.
something like that.
Multiple.
I mean 3 months. 3 months.
Eh?
But yeah, three
You fill
months.
your gas by yourself
You
or
fill
you
your gas by yourself. Yeah, you fill your gas by yourself. So
Oh,
I know it will depend on how they eat too and the number of people in
okay.
the house anyway.
What of
So, but
electricity?
there are things you can control. So if you don't want tea to finish, that's why you can just do bulk cooking, put everything where they should be and just be warming up. I think at the end of the day, you may possibly have more savings with the way it is.
Obviously now, obviously, if you have that means the bills too are not even choking. But because in the UK now you pay electricity, you can pay as much as $150, £150 in a month. Gas more than if I your bills, at least your bills, council tax. I was paying 250,000 £250 for council tax when I moved to another posh area, which was choking me. So at least my bills, in fact, it was like 600 pounds or 500. So from what you have mentioned, you might not have eventually pay more than 200 in tax. Your housing is already cheap and everything. So those are the things you consider when you are saying, oh, how much am I earning? How much is coming in and how much is going out? By the time
And
you
you
calculate,
pay school fees if you take
uh,
your kiddies to private
that's
schools. If
another
they
thing.
are in public schools, you don't pay. If they
Okay.
are in public school, so the choice is yours to take your kiddies
Okay.
to private or public. In the UK too, if your kiddies are going to private schools, they
Obviously, you
pay
cannot even afford to
and
send
they really pay
you
well.
cannot afford to
But
send
because
your kids
most of
to a
us,
private school with your meager salary. How did they call it?
Miga,
Yeah.
yeah, most of our kiddies here, all of us that are Nigerian families here, at least we have four here. Our kiddies
So you
are
have money
attending.
to send your kids to private school in Australia?
Why won't I have the money? If I pull out the money they said they will pay for the whole year, I'm sure it's not up to my one fortnight salary. So I mean, for one child anyway. So let me say for the two kids, first child, they will give you the full bill. Second child, they will give you 75% to pay.
Wow.
So in a month, I can make what my kiddies will pay for the whole year. So how will that be a big
Wow.
for me? Yeah, and I'm making the sacrifice because I don't want them to go to public schools. And I
Mm,
learned that their public schools are well staffed and
mm.
they teach qualified and they teach them very well. But
Oh,
there are some other teachings that we from
yeah, we
Africa
frown
we
ourselves.
raise eyebrows about that. I think they do teach them. I don't know. And so people for that reason sort of
Send there. So
are
you
very
can
reserved.
you can afford to send your child to a private school. Your housing is
Yes,
way
my
low,
lovely.
very low. I tell you, it is way low, more than what I even pay here in the US. And then your bills are my bills in the US too are low compared to that of the UK, honestly. And so, in all, I would say you earn more in the UK than in the US. That's my own
And
conclusion
children
of the
discipline
matter.
here, you are not to be wicked to your children. There's no reason for spanking or smacking them or anything. But if they have reasons to correct your children at school, they will give the child note to take back home so that you continue the correction at home.
Wow, wow, that's lovely.
So not
That's
like the one that your child will get to school and they will say, "Why is your face tight? Is
mm,
somebody beating
it's
you? Is
you.
somebody spanking you?" They will want the children to be telling tales about the home
The
and they will
home, and then
now
they
be
can come
sending
and
you to
collect the children
safeguarding
from
team.
you and send it
Aha,
to you.
no. Here,
It's not
if they
like that.
discipline you, they want the discipline. If like in the school, if you misbehaved, for whatever you've misbehaved for, they send
Mm,
note to your parents. This
yeah,
child did not do well here. He
yeah.
misbehaved. Maybe maybe was rude to other children or
Exactly.
rude to a teacher.
They say they do
And
the same thing here.
these were the punitive measures we put in place for the child.
Mm.
Oh, not punitive, discipline measures. We would appreciate if this could be continued.
Wow. Wow. Yeah. They
And I
send that
love it.
kind of notes here too. And they tell your parent to sign. They tell you to speak to your child about it, what she has done, and talk to the child. And they tell you to sign. And the child
Not
should.
people that will just keep quiet and put it in the child's file. And it will now start, they will now be building on it for the future.
Or sometimes they will come and tell you face to face, oh, your child did this, and then you start feeling bad every time he's complain and complain. You have that discussion with your child. Your child even writes down what he or she has done wrong so that they can learn from their mistake and move on. That's very good. So, Mentor Shade, thank you very much for having me. For us having you, Abby. I don't know the English. It's been very exciting having this talk with you. You've been very detailed, explanatory. I think with this detailed explanation, whoever wants to make that decision to either move to Australia or stay in the UK or move from Nigeria to Australia, I think they have enough reason to do that.
They
So
have. And
in
they should know that
conclusion,
their spouses can get jobs.
ah,
Their spouses too
just
can
that.
get jobs. Of course, it may not be immediate, but some
Okay.
people do get jobs immediately. You
Wow.
understand? So, especially in their fields, it's very possible.
In their fields, not like everybody must do care job like we do in the UK.
No, no. At least I have other families here that they are not doing care jobs, and this is still a remote area.
So is it that they
As in,
find the
they
kind
are
of
in
jobs
their own fields.
they find jobs in their own field easily?
Mm.
Oh, good. That's another thing. So obviously, if you are collecting that kind of salary and your husband even because see, as nurses, we have so many opportunities, and most of us are not married to nurses. So it's another thing because some people are thinking that I will go and move again and start from the beginning. I'll go and move again. My husband will start looking for job. The job that he even got in UK said before he saw it, it's not even what he likes. So this is like kind of a very good and positive news that you can settle well. Your husband can get jobs in their own field, and then I think all in love with what you have told me, I think is what they move. However, it's still depending on our own personal goals and ambitions and whatever we want in life. Nobody is forcing anybody to come anywhere. You, of course, you have your reasons for doing things, but if you are having like doubt or whatever, then this would clarify your questions and make you make informed decision going forward about if you want to come to stay back in the UK or stay back in Nigeria or come to Australia. It's been very lovely. It's detailed. Now, all these things you have told me, there are so many benefits that even Australia over us, over the US that I am, but there are also so nowhere is perfect. Honestly, nowhere is perfect. But there are some times that the benefit outweighs the negative, and so you have to measure and choose what works best for you. Thank you very much, Mentor Shade. I would sure because now I want to be balling and visiting the whole world.
Come over.
Yeah, it's part of my
Come
goal.
over and see the
Yeah,
picture.
from next year, by God's grace, God keeping me safe and sound and healthy. At least I want to be visiting one country per year. So I'll definitely be visiting in Australia, and I know you
Come
also
over
do
to
as well.
Australia first, too.
Yeah,
Australia first before
I want
any
to
other
I
country.
want to visit Canada because Canada is just near me, and I don't even need a
See
visa
you now.
to get to Canada. So, but I will be visiting Australia too, and we have a big house in Australia. Mentor Shade's house is
That
big
big
enough
house, oh.
to
Big house.
contain
Oh. I saw
me
someone that bought 3 bedroom
and my family.
house not quite long ago, just 400 Australian thousand, and that's just like 200,000 UK money. So in this time that everyone is saying everything is expensive. So
Ah,
if
wow,
not expensive, that means it will be way cheaper.
it's cheaper. So Australia cost of living is cheaper. Of course, if you are in the
It's
city, it will
bearable.
be more. It will be more. Of course, if you are in the city in the UK too, it will be more. But from what she has told me, honestly, I'm convinced that the money with the cost of living, in fact, is equal. Is you will gain more. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions, my people, put it down in the comment section about anything we did not discuss in this video. And our lovely mentor Shade would always be happy. She's very informative. We all know her now. She's good. She's explanatory. She's detailed. She will be willing and happy to make any further clarifications you might have. Okay. Thank you very much,
Hmm.
Mentor Shade. It's nice
Thank
catching up
you
with
very
you
much.
and we'll see Bye.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Bye. Have a lovely.
Bye. Bye
What
bye.
time are you in Australia? Because you people, you are forward ever.
8:12 in the morning
In
of
the morning.
what's today's date? Saturday, 28th
28. I am
September.
reporting. I am reporting live from the United States of America, and it's still the 27th of September, and the time is 6:12 p.m. That thing
Congratulations.
is long. Oh. They have seen the
Can we dey
future.
see the future?
How is 28 is
Um,
how is 28 already? You have seen it. It's good.
yes.
We'll meet you there. Bye
See
bye.
you. Bye.
See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.